I am giving a presentation on casting techniques. Now let's begin. These are some objectives such as definition of casting, basic features, categories of casting process, and casting techniques. Let's talk about them one by one. Let's see the definition of casting. Casting is a manufacturing process by which a liquid material is usually poured into a mold, which contains a hollow cavity of the desired shape and then allowed to solidify. After solidification, the solidified part is also known as a casting, which is ejected or broken out of the mold to complete the process. Casting material are usually metals. Almost all metals should be cast. Casting is most often used for making complex shapes that would be otherwise difficult to make by other methods. Figure of casting. First figure shows casting box where casting process take place. Second figure shows pattern of final product. Basic features of casting are pattern. Pattern is made of wood or metal. Pattern is a replica of final product and is used for preparing mold cavity. Riser, a column of metal placed in the mold to feed the casting as it shrinks and solidifies, also known as a feed head. Runner, the channel through which the molten metal is carried from the sprue to the gate. Course, a separate part of the mold made of sand and generally bagged, which is used to create opening and various shaped cavities in the casting. Gate, a channel through which the molten metal enters the casting cavities. Parting line, joint where mold separates to permit removal of the pattern and which shows how and where to open the mold. Sand, a sand which binds strongly without losing its permeability to air or gas. Chaplet, a metal support used to hold a core in place in a mold, not used when a core print will serve. Binders, material used to hold molding sand together. Pouring basin, filling the mold with molten metal. Shrinkage, the decrease in volume when molten metal solidifies. Mold, the mold contains a cavity whose geometry determines the shape of cast part. Mold material should possess refractive characteristics and withstand the pouring temperature. Figure of basic features with labeling. Pouring cup. Pouring cup is that place where the molten metal poured. Down sprue, the molten metal will flow down with the help of down sprue. Runner, molten metal will run on the runner. A flask, where the whole cope and drag is a flask. Mold, mold sand are used in the casting. Cast metal cavity, these the cavity of mold cavity where the molten metal filled completely filled. Core is generally used for giving a hollow cavity. Then core is used. Cope, the upper part of the box is known as core. The lower part of the box is known as drag. The cope and drag where meet that meeting point that meeting line is known as parting line. Categories of casting process. Casting process divided onto two broad categories according to type of mold used: expandable mold casting and permanent mold casting. Expandable mold casting, which means that mold cannot be reused. The mold in which the molten metal is solidified must be break or destroyed to remove the casting, or after solidification of molten metal, the mold is break to remove the desired casting. Expandable mold material. The mold are made of sand, plaster of Paris and similar material. Type of expandable mold casting are shell mold casting and investment mold casting. These are the casting techniques. Figure of expandable mold casting. Shell mold casting. In shell mold casting, we have to make shell mold Then casting process take place. Casting process in which the shell mold is a thin shell of sand held together by thermosetting resin binder. Thermosetting resin, we have to use phenol formaldehyde as a thermosetting resin. Shell mold casting is developed in Germany during early 1940s. Steps of shell mold casting. A match plate or cope and drag metal pattern is heated and placed over a box containing sand mixed with thermosetting resin. Box is inverted so that the sand and resin fall onto the hot pattern, causing a layer of mixture to partially cure on the surface to form a hard shell. Box is repositioned so that loose uncured particles drop away. Sand shell is heated in oven for several minutes to complete curing. Shell mold is stripped from the pattern. Two half of the shell mold are assembled, supported by sand or metal shot in a box, and pouring is accomplished. The finished casting with sprue removed. Figure of shell molding. First figure shows the heated pattern is placed on the box. Second figure shows uh, invert the box and the sand with resin stick on the heated pattern. Third figure shows uh, after reposition the box, all unwanted sand and resin drop away in the box, and shell shell formed in on the heated pattern. Then fourth figure shows backed the shell. The fifth figure shows to remove the shell from the pattern. Sixth figure shows as clamp the two shell and form a shell mold. Then pouring the molten metal completely and then allow to solidify. Then after solidification, casting ca- uh, cast product should be taken out, and the seventh is finished part of the product. Advantages and disadvantages of shell molding. Advantages: smoother cavity surface permits easier flow of molten metal and better surface finish on casting. Good dimensional accuracy. Machining often not required. Mold collapsibility usually avoid cracks in casting. Can be mechanized for mass production. Disadvantages: more expensive metal pattern, difficult to justify for small quantities. Investment mold casting. Eh, or we can say lost wax mold casting. A pattern made of wax is coated with a refractive material to make mold, after which wax is melted away prior to pouring molten metal. Investment comes from one of the less familiar definition of invest, which means to cover completely, which refers to coating of refractory material around wax pattern. It is a precision casting process capable of casting of high accuracy and intricate detail. Step of investment mold casting or lost wax casting are: investment mold casting steps. Wax pattern are produced. Several patterns are attached to a sprue to form a pattern tray. The pattern tray is coated with a thin layer of refractory material. The full mold is formed by covering the coated tray with sufficient refractory material to make it rigid. The mold is held in an inverted position and heated to melt the wax and permit it to drip out of the cavity. The mold is preheated to a high temperature, which ensures that all contaminants are eliminated from the mold. It also permits the liquid metal to flow more easily into the detailed cavity. The molten metal is poured, it solidifies. The mold is broken away from the finished casting, parts are separated from the sprue. Figure of investment mold casting. First figure shows we have to prepare a wax pattern. Then several pattern we have to uh, we have to formed. Then all pattern should be arranged in the sprue and make a pattern tree. This pattern tree is covered with a thin layer of refractory material. After complete coated the refractory material, then heat the pattern tree, and all wax is removed from the pattern tree. After removing the wax from the pattern tree, pouring a molten metal completely into the with the help of sprue. After solidification, all patterns is broken out and finished casting take place. Advantages and disadvantages of investment casting. Advantages: parts of great complexity and intricacy can be cast, close dimensional control, and good surface finish. Wax can usually be recovered for reuse. Additional machining is not normally required. This is a net shape process. Disadvantages: many processing steps are required, relatively expensive process. Permanent mold casting, which means that mold can be reused for every casting. Economic disadvantage of expendable mold casting: a new mold is required for every casting. This is the disadvantages of expendable mold casting. In permanent mold casting, the mold is reused many times. The mold are commonly made of steel or cast iron. The metal commonly cast in the permanent mold casting include aluminium, magnesium, and copper-based alloy, brass, and bronze. The type of casting are die casting and centrifugal casting. These are the casting techniques. Die casting: a permanent mold casting process in which molten metal is injected into mold cavity under high pressure. Pressure Pressure is maintained during solidification, then mold is opened and part is removed. Mold in this casting operation are called dies, hence the name die casting. Use of high pressure to force metal into die cavity is what distinguishes this from other permanent mold process, designed to hold and accurately close to mold halves and keep them closed while liquid metal is forced into cavity. There are two types of die casting: hot chamber machine and cold chamber machine. Hot chamber die casting. In hot chamber die casting, the furnace inside the chamber. Hot metal is melted in a container and a piston injects liquid metal under high pressure into the die. High production rate: 500 parts per hour. Not uncommon. Application: limited to low melting point metal that do not chemically attack plunger and other mechanical component. Hot chamber die casting is used low melting point metals. Low melting point metals are zinc, tin, lead, and magnesium. Steps of hot chamber die casting are: with die closed and plunger withdrawn, molten metal flows into the chamber. Plunger forces metal in chamber to flow into die, maintaining pressure during cooling and solidification. Figure of hot chamber die casting. First figure shows where the molten metal in the chamber and plunger is fixed on in the gooseneck, and there are two type of die. One is movable die and other is fixed die. Movable die and clamping are attached by the help of clamping, and the mold is present between the die. Now second figure shows the when we compress the plunger, the hot metal or molten metal will flow into the mold cavity through the gooseneck, and after solidification our product is formed. Cold chamber die casting. In cold chamber die casting, the furnace is outside of the chamber. Molten metal is poured into unheated chamber from external melting container and a piston injects metal under high pressure into die cavity. High production, but not usually as fast as hot chamber machines because of pouring step. Casting metals, aluminium, brass, and magnesium alloys. Advantages of hot chambered process favor its use on low melting point alloy, zinc, tin, lead. Steps of cold chamber die casting are: with die closed and ram withdrawn, molten metal is poured into the chamber. Ram forces metal to flow into die, maintaining pressure during cooling and solidification. Figure of cold chamber die casting. First figure shows the in chamber pouring the molten metal with the help of ladle, and there are also two die. One is movable die and other is fixed die. Fixed die is attached with the short chamber, and the mold cavity is formed between the die. Second figure shows when we compress the ram and highly pressurize the molten metal, and molten metal flows and fill the completely mold cavity. After filling the cavity, mold cavity, then solidify and our product will be formed. Mold for die casting. Usually made of tool steel, mold steel. Tungsten and molybdenum, good refractory qualities, used to die cast steel and cast iron. Ejector pin required to remove part from die when it opens. Lubricant must be sprayed into cavities to prevent sticking. Advantages and disadvantages of die casting. Advantages: economical for large production quantities, good dimensional accuracy and surface finish, thin section are possible, rapid cooling provides small grain size and good strength of casting. Disadvantages: generally limited to metal with low metal points, part geometry must allow removal from die cavity. Centrifugal casting. A group of casting process in which the mold is rotated at high speed, so centrifugal force distribute molten metal to outer region of die cavity. There are three types of centrifugal casting: true centrifugal casting, semi-centrifugal casting, and centrifuge casting. True centrifugal casting. In true centrifugal casting, axis of casting coincide with the axis of rotation. Core does not require in true centrifugal casting for hollow cavity. Molten metal is poured into rotating mold to produce a tubular part. In some operation, mold rotation commences after pouring rather than before. Parts, pipes, tubes, bushing and rings will be formed with the help of true centrifugal casting. Outside shape of casting can be round, octagonal, hexagonal, etc. But inside shape is theoretically perfectly round due to radially symmetric forces. This is the figure of true centrifugal casting. Look side view. It's a horizontal type of mold is used in true centrifugal casting, and axis of mold or axis of casting and axis of rotation, it will revolve a very high speed, and then after pouring the liquid molten metal, and all before then start rotating, and after complete the rotation, molten metal will stick on the surface of the mold, and form a pipe and tube, etc. Semi-centrifugal casting. Centrifugal force is used to produce solid casting rather than tubular parts. In semi-centrifugal casting, we have to use a core for making a hollow cavity, and the axis of casting is coincide with the axis of rotation. Mold are designed with riser at center to supply feed metal. Density of metal in final casting is greater in outer section than at center of rotation. Often used on parts in which center of casting is machined away, thus eliminating the portion where quality is lowest. Example, wheels and pulley is formed with the help of semi-centrifugal casting. Figure shows semi-centrifugal casting is it's look a vertical axis. It's also revolve very high speed. Before start revolving, we have to fill mold cavity by the help of pouring a molten metal with the help of ladle. After complete filling, it start revolve at very high speed and form a and if keep any whole part, then we use core and continuously rotating very high speed. After certification, it's make a circular circular as a wheel, tube, etc. Centrifuge casting. Mold is designed with part cavities located away from axis of rotation so that molten metal poured into mold is distributed to these cavities by centrifugal force. In centrifuge casting, it's a advanced features where several multiple mold can be used in the centrifuge casting. And in this casting, axis of rotation does not coincide with axis of casting. Used for smaller part, centrifuge casting is generally used for making a smaller parts. Readily symmetry of part is not required as in other centrifugal casting. Figure of centrifugal casting is it's also rotate at very high speed. In this diagram, in this figure, we show a two mold attached. But if you needed more mold, then you also attach and after pouring a molten metal in the cavity, and then it rotates completely and form a product. Centrifuge casting will be formed as a just like jewelry, plugs, etc. Thank you.